1 is not bigger.
Wait, no.
Remember, the square root of 1 is 1, so the square root of 2 has to be bigger than the square root of 1. So the square root of 2 is bigger.
So that, wait, the absolute max is at square root of 2.
No, the absolute max is the square root of 2. Where is the absolute max? It's pi over 4. Remember, where is your x? What is your y? What is the absolute minimum here? Negative square root of 2, and where is it located? Pi over 4. Just a word of advice to y'all. I'm not going to charge y'all anything for this, but when you're walking in front of the camera, don't look directly into that bowl. Man. All right, anyway. What were the endpoints for part B? Pi over 2 to pi. All right. So, from pi over 2 to pi, we don't have any critical values. Because pi over 4 is less than pi over 2, and 5 pi over 4 is greater than pi. So we don't have any critical values in that interval.
So we're just checking the endpoint?
So now we just check the endpoints. So we're going to do the sine of pi over 2 plus the cosine of pi over 2. What's the sine of pi over 2? 1. What's the cosine of pi over 2? And 1 plus 0 is?
1.
1. Okay. What is the sine of pi?
0.
I think the sine of pi is negative.
I know cosine.
It's 0. Okay. And what's the cosine of pi?
1. Negative.
It's negative 1. And 0 plus negative 1 is?
Negative 1.
Negative 1. And that's off the board. All right?
Sorry, Ashley.
So, I don't have any relatives. Why do I know I don't have any relatives in this interval? No critical numbers and endpoints can't be relatives. So,
What's the relative?
Family.
Local or relative, yeah.
Ancestor.
Yeah. Pi over 2 and pi, that was in the problem. The first part A to the problem said we wanted to check from 0 to 2 pi. And then the second part of the problem, part B, said we wanted to check from pi over 2 to pi.
What does that writing say?
What's wrong?
What does that say?
I'm confused.
What does that red thing say?
Hello, kids. My name is Elma. That's what it says. I don't know if someone had too much time on their hands.
Hey, Coach Ray.
Yes.
You said no critical numbers and
There were no critical numbers between pi over 4 and 5 pi over 4.
all right.
So, what? Those would be the absolute max.
So the absolute maximum is 1. The absolute minimum is negative 1. The absolute maximum is located where?
1.
Pi over 2, thank you. And where is the absolute minimum located? Pi. All right?
Wait, did the other one have relatives?
Yes, it did. The other one had relatives because we were
I don't
going
want chapstick. I want
from
comics.
0 to 2 pi here. And between 0 and 2 pi, we had maximums and minimums. See, we were going from 0 to 2 pi. We had critical numbers between those two. The local maximum was at pi over 4. And the local minimum was at 5 pi over 4. Yeah, relatives are locals, yeah. Because those things, just anytime I say it, remember those are interchangeable. Just like absolute and global are interchangeable. I tend to use absolute, but if I do say global, it means the same thing. Yes?
So how come you have critical numbers?
Well, because my critical numbers for the equation were pi over 4 and 5 pi over 4. And when I went from 0 to 2 pi, those two values were within this range. But the other one was from pi over 2 to pi. So between those two values, there were no critical values. Are y'all feeling better about this?
Ashley, are you
Yeah.
feeling better?
Okay.
Yeah, with numbers, you know, it's.
I feel good about it if I'm not, because I don't remember any of this with the sign.
The trig.
Yeah.
My advice for you on that is first off in calculus, you're just going to be dealing with radians. Are you listening? You're just going to be dealing with radians, and you're either going to be on a quadrantal angle, which quadrantal angles are 0, pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, and 2 pi.
Why are they called quadrantal?
I don't know because they're not in a quadrant, but they're called quadrantal angles. And I tell you this also, that was in an old trig textbook where I saw that. In the most recent trig book, it didn't call them quadrantals, so I didn't have a name for them at all. So I don't know if that's just what one textbook decided to call it. But anyway, and then you've got the 30. Yeah, we've got the 30, the 60, and the 45 degrees. Everything else is that, which will be in the terms of pi over 4. So you need to make sure that you can draw the 30, 60, 90 triangles and figure out the trig functions from there.